What's up, love bugs? Welcome back to my channel. If you're tuning in for the first time, I'm Ashley, and today will be another hair tutorial featuring a company by the name of Nadula. Now, I know you guys are familiar with this company. They sent over a beautiful 24-inch body wave lace wig. And soon as I put her on, I already knew I was gonna slay. So if you're interested in seeing how I got the look you've seen at the beginning, keep on watching. So the look itself is going to be super easy. We're going to install this one in hopefully 10 minutes or less. I like to do pin curls. So today we're going to be doing some curls, adding some pin curls, but of course we have to start from the beginning and actually install the wig, style the wig, and make it look good before we can even style it. You guys know I love my electric hot comb. Feel free to check out the description box. You'll find a link to this wig. You'll also find list and link of everything I use to complete this look, including the electric hot comb, which I know when I first discovered the electric hot comb like decades ago, I was like no, because I tried it on my real hair and it was like an absolute no. But getting into the wig game, I find that it is a game changer. Like there's only so much you can do with a flat iron, and when it comes to getting to that lace to look super melted, you definitely need an electric hot comb. I'm also going to go in with a foundation that is my shade. I'm going to buff it heavily into the inside of the lace. This is going to camouflage any knots that are there, and it's also going to tint the lace to be my complexion. I got a little carried away because as I said before, I did use a lot, and you see just at the beginning of the parting, I did get a little bit that seeped through. So be sure that you're careful when you're like putting it on. If you puncture it too much, it's going to like bleed through, and you guys can see there that it did bleed through. I just took a little bit of rubbing alcohol on a rag and I wiped it off, and it came off like nothing ever happened. I also did blow dry that foundation into the lace on a high hot setting. That way it can kind of stamp it in and not just be like wet and transferring everywhere. I mean, it will still transfer, it's still foundation, but it just will help it to stick a little bit better in my opinion. Now I'm ready to bond this one down. It did come already pre-plucked a little bit in the hairline, and I like the way it looked as is, so I didn't feel the need to customize anything there. I'm going with ORS products, and they will be linked in the description box. I like to use these two paired together for the best hold. I'm trying to refrain from my original OG way of bonding my wigs down, which is to cut the lace off first. I find when I do it this way, I do like how my installs last and how much more they melt. It's just a point of practicing this way to become as like second nature as it is for me to do it with the cutting off the lace first. But I definitely like the way my installs come out this way. You will notice the only difference is that I feel like once I bond it down, I almost always have to clean up my work and like add a little bit more glue like after I cut off the lace. Hopefully that makes sense, and you'll see what I'm talking about in just a moment. As always, it's best to work in sections. We are using a non-glue adhesive. These are styling products meant to hold like gel and stuff like that. These are not actual hair glues, but I still recommend that when you remove them with water or remover that will help to not damage your hairline. And if you do have a big forehead like me, you can definitely do your install in front of your hairline. That way it won't interfere. Also be sure to blow dry your product and bond it down on a cool setting. This is going to help to have a cleaner install. I find that when I use the blow dry on a hot setting, it kind of will cake up and turn a little bit white sometimes, and then you'll have to clean it up a little bit, which I don't mind sometimes just for the sake of blow drying on a hot setting. That way my install can be a little bit faster. I do fast forward this process so it seems like it's super quick, but it's definitely a little bit time consuming. I would say I spend a good 5 to 10 minutes on each section. So the actual process of bonding the wig down, just with bonding the wig down, can easily take half an hour. And then I like to go ahead and let that set. At this point, I was about to eat dinner. Dinner had just arrived, so I went ahead and added a elastic band around the hairline. I went to eat, and then now I am back. So I'm using an eyebrow razor to remove the lace. This is going to give a jagged cut. I don't want a straight blunt cut because this is what's going to help the lace to camouflage with my complexion a little bit better. And then I did feel like the very tip was coming up a little bit, and this is what I mean by I like doing my installs where I cut the lace off first, because I never have to touch up the edges. But as I said before, this always looks more flawless to me. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think this makes a big difference or not? Now that we officially have the wig bonded down, you are good to go. If you do want to add baby hair, this is the next step for me. I like to always use a mousse. I kind of feel like when it's all said and done, I like the way the mousse works as far as the way my baby hair is not like gel down to my scalp, so to speak. It has movement, it has body, but it still has the nice, good, sleek shape of baby hair, if that makes any sense. And as I always mention, if you are a newbie, it is always great to do your baby hair in sections. You can do it like how I did it now, let that set, and then you'll be able to go back in and trim it down, thin it out if needed. Now I'm going in with the electric hot comb for the second time. I like for my lace to look as flat, flawless, and melted as possible. And for me, I don't know how to do it any other way than to go in for a second time or round with the electric hot comb after I've bonded the wig down and installed it. And this is how I get it super flat and really make it look like I got my hair done professionally. If I haven't mentioned already, use coupon code ENJOY99 and you'll get money off at purchase. Of course, the details on that are in the description box as well. As I mentioned, I do sometimes go in twice when it comes to my baby hair. First time I mold it, second time I go in and trim it, thin it out, or whatever is needed. And that makes a huge difference for me. Off camera, I did add a little bit more baby hair with the sideburns down below, and you'll notice that in the next clip. I forgot to turn the camera on at that point, but you guys have seen me do this part a million times. And then I'm going to go back in with the elastic band for the second time. Now, I don't usually do the elastic band method twice in a video. The first time I did it was more so because I was ready to eat dinner, and I figured why not let the wig melt down while I am, away. And that did work great, but I don't think it's necessary to do it twice. Now, the irony, I'm going to add a heat protectant, which obviously I should have done at the very beginning of the video before I use my electric hot comb. I don't know why, but I always forget with the electric hot comb, and I always remember whenever I'm using other hot tools. I know it doesn't make any sense, but just go with it. So now we're going to do our curls. I am curling away from my face. I am attempting pin curls. Now, if you've watched my channel since the beginning of time, I've done pin curls a couple of times on this channel, but I haven't done it enough to master it. So because I haven't done these, I would say in at least a year or two, this was like doing it for the first time. And you'll see like, the more you do it, I think you'll get the hang of it, especially if you are good with your curling iron and curls. In general, that is one thing for 2021. I've been saying this for the last couple years, but I really want to work on my hairstyles. I want to be able to do a half up, half down and look like I am going to be going, to somebody's event. I want to be able to do, like a pin curls and updos and just really perfect the styles, because we can all do straight hair, but who can slay the hell out of some curls, some crimps. I even want to experiment with ponytails and braids, like box braids and such like that. So you'll be seeing a lot more hair tutorials on this channel, more so a lot more different hair tutorials on this channel. I know I love my lace and it is a security blanket for me, but I definitely want to perfect my styles using my natural hair as well, because one day I'm probably gonna retire the wigs. Like when I'm in my 40s and 50s, I probably will be wearing wigs still, but when I want to take a break from it or travel and things like that, that. I want to be able to just go with the flow with my natural hair, even if I'm still having extensions, but just be able to put in braids and not have to depend on anyone else to do so. So I am going to go ahead and get me some pack hair. Let me know what pack hair you use, because I'm going to try and see if my local beauty supply is back open. I want to go ahead, I know people say get pre-stretched hair, but I don't know which brand is the best. And I want to do a tutorial on, or actually won't be a tutorial because I'll be teaching myself, but I want to do an experiment where I do some box braids on myself, and I want to film it. So let me know what the best hair to use is, because I also will be using it on my daughter as well. And as you guys can see, this hair can hold some heat. It can hold some curls and it can hold some heat. So that's another thing I am learning, is like with pin curls, and why I be so nervous with them is because that hair be so hot. Like, how do you pin it up and it's so hot? I did go for bigger sections in the back just because I'm a little bit impatient. Like, this should have been 2 or 3 sections or curls, not just one. And that's the thing about it, that I highly recommend you work in smaller sections, and also use a little bit of holding spray where needed so that the curls will last a little bit longer. This process didn't take a long time, especially because, again, I like to watch my little videos, and that's what I'm doing right now while I do this. That way it kills and passes the time for me. But again, I'm going to be experimenting, and this is how it looks when I am done. Again, my pin curls are not like lit like everybody else's, but practice makes perfect. I'm going to perfect it. My lace is melted, and that's what matters the most. I'm also going to go in and trim the hair in the front. I kind of wanted some bangs, a little, not bangs, but I kind of wanted a Fair Fawcett style look in the front. So you're gonna see I'm gonna pull out that razor I've been using in the last couple of videos, and that's another thing I want to perfect. I will critique myself and say that I did cut a little bit too much in the front, so it was a little bit too thick of a cut, but it was a cut and it was a look, and you know, it came together really good and I liked it. I also did add the powder to the parting, or I'm sorry, the hairline, and then the concealer in the parting. Okay, so this is the finished look. I wanted to show you guys really quickly. I'm going to comb it out in just a minute for the pictures, but I really wanted you guys to get the gist. Now, this hair holds a curl really well. Typically, if you go for wavy texture hair like body wave, that is a good sign that if it already comes with the wave, it's going to be able to hold a curl. Not all hair does, especially if it is long like this. There is a chance that because it's long, it'll weigh it down. So I do suggest that you use a hairspray. I added a little bit of this one, and I'll have it linked in the description box. Of course, with everything else I used today, I haven't really broken this curling iron in that much. I got it during a Nordstrom sale last summer, I think, and I've only used it like twice, but I really do like the way this one curls. It's nice and smooth, and it heats up really fast, and it gets the job done. Again, this one did come from Nadula, and this is their packaging. If I did not show it in the beginning, they did include the wig caps and then the adjustable or bra strap elastic band in there. I believe this one is 24 inches in length. It was a wavy body wave texture, and I really love it. So make sure you guys check it out. Of course, I have it linked in the description box. Also, don't forget to subscribe, share this video with your friends. My camera is about to die, so I apologize if it feels like I am rushing you guys. I feel like I'm getting a smidget better with my curls, but like how you see that little gap right there. I don't like that. So that's why you will see me doing curled hairstyles a lot coming up, just because I'm trying to practice and get it together. Again, I am gonna pull them apart and you'll see that in the pictures. I just wanted to make sure it kind of set a little bit before I go ahead and do that. Even though you guys seen it in the pin curls and all that, I just feel like sometimes when I pick it apart I start doing craziness and then it gets crazy. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys are enjoying 2021 and it's being nice and kind to you guys. I'm Ashley Bedeck if you are tuning in for the first time, and thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Smooches!